All right, good morning. Welcome to the London session. I hope you're doing well. Let's start with dollar index as usual. Dropping down to the daily time frame. Give me 1 second. All right. So yesterday I was looking for maybe a close above previous day's high, and then we potentially look for a continuation to the upside. That wasn't the case, and we ended up with an inside candle. So in my opinion, this looks like a redistribution day, and price will continue going lower. They went above this high, which is typical, into the gap, and then now it should run for the downside. So I think dollar is going to drop. First of all, today's gap here. All right, dollar is going to drop to that gap. And then potentially take out this low and probably run into the imbalance on the downside here. So all these three down candles are auto blocks. So I think usually I'll look for here. So for today, I'm looking for a rejection to take out previous day's low. So that's what I'm anticipating, and then we can get run below this for today, and then maybe tomorrow a continuation to this side. What also can happen is that they can leave it and just continue going back and forth up here, and then tomorrow one big candle drop. I haven't checked the economic calendar for today. It looks like there's no real high impact news, so you just have to monitor price as it is. So for now, I'm looking for it to reject and go lower. Right? I'm no more interested in the optimal trend entry because the swing low that I was anticipating did not form. So I'm looking for a run to go down. On the lower time frame, we just took our previous day's high. Watch this auto block here, or this down candle. If we lose that down candle, that's it, we are going down. Okay, so that's your kind of level you're anticipating to break for and move back down here. So this is previous day's high. We've run it. You want to see if they can break market structure. If they do, then it's game over. They're gonna drop down and attack yesterday's low, and there's an imbalance in here as well. So that's what I'm looking for on dollar. If that's the case, then euro should also reject and give us a continuation to the upside. At the same time, euro has also gone for a previous day's low. Let me drop down to the 15. Watch this gap here and that imbalance. If you trade above it, okay, if you trade above that, look up here. We have relative equal highs up here as well, so I'll be interested in that. Right, it's all subject to what the dollar is going to do. So as you're watching this as a potential trade to go up there, watch the dollar index as well. Now, there are certain things that sometimes price will do that will give clues as what should unfold next. And looking at currently how price is behaving, to me it should not take out this low. That's what I think. That's why if it does go below that, then we are really going to drop. Same thing applies to this. With that break below previous day's low, we should not be climbing back above it. So if we climb back above this high, we should be looking for higher prices. Okay. British pound, I was expecting them to drop down a little bit further here on the H4 there. That was where I was anticipating them to drop to, and it looks like they rejected. Now I don't think this is bullish yet. Okay, I don't think this is bullish yet, simply because of this price structure here. So maybe it's a case price is just going for this equal high and then rejecting. It's obviously expecting dollar to continue going higher, because if dollar rejects and goes lower, this might struggle going up because of the nature of the breaker. But if dollar continues going lower, this might find leg and then run up, and this might end up being a run on stops and then a continuation to the upside. I don't see that. Okay, I don't see this as a run on stop. I see this as a break, and we might see it just retrace and then drop down again. That's what I'm seeing on the British pound. That's why I'm still looking for the 1.3476 level as a downside objective. So that still remains what I'm looking for. This is just pulling back, so I'm not really my bias has not changed, to be honest. So still looking for that downside objective. For me to change my bias, it's gonna take them to go all the way above this high, and there's a lot of room for price to climb if it wants to go up there. But till then, I'm still looking for lower prices. Watch this, where I've got my alert. Watch that level. If we climb back, if we go above it and we reject, chances are we're gonna drop, right? So you can use that, because it's a previous day's high. You can use that as a reference point or PD array to look for a rejection to go lower. New Zealand, I told you yesterday to stay away from this pair, right? Because I don't like the way it's behaving. And you can see why I said that. But currently it looks like it wants to trade to the order block. I probably close in this void. So watch this order block here. Alright, watch that order block there, and let's see if we retrace back to it. Price will reject and come lower. Okay, so you're watching this to the order block. That's where you're anticipating a reversal to form. So you can start looking at it from the lower time frame perspective. Let me turn on my sessions. This was previous day's high. Okay, so that's previous day's high. They did run it and then break down, pull back. If everything is right, then we should not be going above this high. We should see it come back down, because they ran previous day's high and then there was a change in direction on the 15 minutes, not on the 1 hour. On the 15 minutes there was a change in direction, and then it pulled back and then reject it. I still like the H4 auto block. I'll be honest, I like this one here. If we trade to it, that can be a trade for you to come back down here. So look at the H4 auto block and then be patient for that one, because I think that's where price would like to trade to. Okay. Aussie, okay, Aussie did trade to that auto block and gave a big rejection. So right now, yeah, I would like to go short. I don't like the equal high, but I would like to go short based on the drop down to the 3 minutes. Yeah, I would like to go short. Leave my stop loss there and look for this, and I'll partial out here. Okay, so this is what I'm practically doing. I'm gonna send this to the chart for a scalp. Okay, that's what I'll do. You can also leave a stop loss above that auto block there. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to get more risk to reward for this trade, but ideally your stop loss should be above that high. So what I'm doing is essentially selling this auto block. I think this is just a pullback, so stop loss here. Stop loss above that high, and then I'm looking for price to reject and come back down. If it goes above the high, let's say it stops you out, okay, and it goes above the high, which I'm gonna let me take that trade as well. $71386. $7106. 710. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's go to Euro Pound. Euro Pound, yesterday I was looking for or I drew your attention up here, right? I have not changed my mind. I'm still looking for that. I think it's just pulling back into the order block on the weekly. Okay, I think it's just pulling back on the order block on the weekly. So what I'll be looking for is a swing low on the H4 formation relative to this range. So I'm anticipating it at the 50% to 618. So dropping down, yeah, I'll anticipate it somewhere in here. All right, so let's see if they will give a rejection below this low. I don't think this is a reversal to continue going lower. I don't think so. This is my this I think is a pullback, and then the price will go high again. So anticipate that swing low formation and then look for continuation to the upside. The break that you're seeing right here, okay, that's a typical signature in price. So take note of that break right there. That's a break in market structure that you want to trust. Time of the day, taking out previous day's low, that's a very good break in market structure. Okay, so take note of that. Anytime you see that, you are seeing a true break in market structure that you can trust. Okay, so let's look down here for a potential reversal. Now if it trades back into that low, you can look for a sell and leave your stop loss above the breaker. So let's say right now price trades back up into this low. That's a trade, a sell short to come down to that 50% level. All right, so that's euro pound. Aussie New Zealand, we did get our first TP, and this is why I gave that level as a first TP. This is why I gave that level as the first TP, because I thought that this level was going to react. All right, so I gave that as a first TP. Now let's see if they can go higher than that. Right now it's looking like 50-50 because of this swing high formed on the H4. After hitting that, it formed a swing high on the H4. So the likelihood of price going higher again, I think it's going to struggle, right? So make sure you've taken most of your profit off from this trade, and then we will see what it will do after. Okay, do not try to buy more. If you want to sell for scalping purposes, you can, because of the H4. I like that this is a pullback into optimal trade entry. I like the breaking market structure, and it's pulling back. So if you want to sell, you can for a movement back, basically another optimal trade entry down here. So let's drop down to the H1. Alright, you're selling to come into optimal trade entry, or at least even to the 50%. So they sell, selling that auto block to come to here. Right, that's something you can do for this morning. Okay, so see if this one will also give you. I know it's already reacted and it's dropping, so if you're gonna take entry, it's going to be a bit late, but you can still do this, or the same, drop down to a lower time frame and then look for a breaker first. So let me see if I can find a breaker. There's no breaker yet. Yeah, there's no breaker yet. So on the 5 minutes chart, maybe wait for this low to be taken, and then once that low is taken, then you can leave your stop loss up here and be confident that price is gonna come down here, because the first entry is already gone and I don't want you to be chasing it where it is now. This was the best entry above that high as optimal trade entry, or quote unquote we have a market maker buy to go up, finish up here, and then the sell to come back down. So with the sell, we always want to see price take out the last area of accumulation, which is here, and then look for a continuation to the downside. So wait for this low to be taken, the down candle, and then look for continuation to the downside. Okay, yeah, so that's Aussie New Zealand for you. Yesterday I made mention that I'm gonna be on the sidelines on this because I don't like the way price opened. You can see we closed here on Friday and then price gapped up and then dropped down. So I didn't like the way price was behaving. That's why I didn't give you anything on that. Moreover, there was nothing that I could recognize for me to give you as a trade idea, hence I didn't give you anything. I still don't have anything on it. I still don't have any idea on this for now. We've just gone above this high. Okay, and we are coming back within. Let's see how they're gonna react at this high, because in my opinion this whole move to the downside can be an auto block that price trades above, react on that again and go higher, but I doubt that is the case. Okay, I doubt it that that's the case. They've traded into an imbalance in here, so it could be a reversal to come back down, especially after going above that high. Yeah, it could be a reversal. If it's a reversal, we will have to wait for price to close below this low here. In terms of long term, I mean, this will be a swing trade to come down here. So for long term, we need to wait for price to break this low. For short term, I mean, this is the last down candle on the H4 and we've not gone below it yet. It's just looking weird. It's a weird price action. It's a weird price action, so without trying to form fit anything or without trying to predict anything, I'll wait for more information. Okay, I'll wait for more information before I do anything on this. Ideally, if I want to take a trade based on the fact that we went above that high, I'll look for that break and then I'll look to target down here. Okay, that would be, I think, in my opinion, the best thing, because for longs, I don't like buy. I wouldn't want to buy after going above that high, and for shorts, we don't have a break in market structure or a clean level to sell short at. Therefore, a lot of subjectivity, and I don't like that. Euro, Aussie, same thing. I think this one is a little bit better than the Euro New Zealand because it did take out this down candle. It looks like they might drop all the way down and close in the gap here. So I'll look for continuation to the downside. Alright, and if we pull back, I would like to use this auto block here. If we trade to that level, okay, let's see if they will trade back into that level, and I think I like that. The H1 auto block looks nice. And let me see, 7 was here. That's when we confirmed the auto block. We go to the 1 hour time frame. Yep, we confirmed the auto block at 7. So this in that will still be important. Yep, I like that, those two levels. Okay, so let's see if New York session, if it pulls back into it, that's a potential sell to come down here, with first objective being in this gap. Okay, so that's Euro, Aussie. Let's look at Pound, Aussie. This I like as well because we have a swing high formation. I like this. It looks like it might pull back, and if it does, I'm interested up in here. Maybe this week that can be a trade for us. That can be a trade for us for this week. Selling the optimal trade entry and looking for price to first of all attack this and that, and then depending on how price goes higher, then we will know where to take partial at. So if price runs up quickly and it hits that level, then we will look at price closing in the imbalance as the first objective. Or if it goes up gradually, then we look at the imbalance that price will leave, and then we'll use that as the first objective. So for now, it's subject to how price will get up here for a potential sell idea. And then finally, Pound New Zealand. This one is still stuck in its range. It's going sideways, so best thing is to leave it alone unless you want to scalp it. And they did attack previous day's low. Was there breaking market structure? Yes. So somewhere up here, with taking something off here. Alright, not the best trade, but because we went for previous day's low and we've seen a reaction, that's a potential. Okay, so let's create that. So that's a 30 pip stop with a 65 risk 0.50, and then we buy. Didn't do exactly as I was expecting. So stop loss below that, and target up here, and I'll take partial once price gets up into that level. So I'm gonna set an alert there. All right, and let's see what it will do. Let's check the previous trade. That almost went to stop me out. We will see. All right, so that's pretty much it from here. Before I move on, any question regarding all the pairs that I've gone through here? All right, before I move on, any question regarding what I've gone through here? All right, it seems like there's no question, so let's continue. This went and took us out after our partial, so just know that for now we've been taken out after taking our partial. Now this line that you see, let me actually get rid of it and show you what it is. Okay, it's a previous week high and they've gone above it, and you can see price is trying to reject, right? What I'm anticipating is how we trade during this session if we can break market structure. Watch this low here. All right, if we close below that low, okay, target, I think you can see I have shaded that area, target here. So on the 15 minutes, if we close below this low, this is going to be your target. All right, so watch this pair. I'm gonna set an alert here, crossing down, create. If you go below that low, I'm looking for a sell to drop down in here. I'll keep some of that position to see how far they're gonna take it, but my initial TP is going to be here. So that's what I'm watching for the CAD. Okay, we'll quickly show you something on Bitcoin. I saw Bitcoin dropping earlier. Actually, I didn't take that trade after going above the high that I gave yesterday. Now ideally 11 actually. Um, 1136.95. 1136.95 if I'm not 1336, and TP is going to be 2828.68, 2828.68, and 0.50. 2828.64. Oops. Okay. My stop loss was too tight. It looks like I needed to put in this. So I don't usually trade this here, so bear with me. So it's supposed to be 134124. 134124. That's the proper stop. One, three, four. Do it again. 134124. 124 and 278 283014. 283014. Okay, risk 0.50. Market. Okay, this time it's right. So I'm gonna push it up there, and I'm gonna leave that there for now. Okay, so that's basically what I saw, and I think price is gonna drop. I did miss out the trade because I was doing the live session. Yeah, that's what I saw, and I decided to bring your attention to it. I saw the same thing on this, and I also want to bring your attention to this void that has been created. Let's remove that. Let's go into the H4. So basically we came into premium. They're showing willingness to drop. Watch the breaker. Watch this. So 15 minutes. Yeah, watch this. I mean, the stop is going to be a little bit bigger. Basically, you're selling the bearish order block and looking for lower prices. Down here, there's a little gap there, so that's going to be a partial profit level. That's what I would do on that for now. Okay, let's go back to this and let's look at, because it's moving, so we can take some profits off. We've just gone above that high, so I want to see it close above it, so I'll be confident we can get to the next level. Let's see. The Aussie also rejected. Nice to see. This one, notice that by waiting for that swing low to break, it avoids you being emotional, because we could have chased it down there, but I said wait for the low to be broken before you take the trade. Sorry. What else? The cards, it did not take out that low. It ran for the stops and rejected, so let's leave that alone. Let's look at Euro Swiss, because I'm interested in Euro Swiss. I think, did they draw into that? Yeah, they did. So I'm not surprised why it's rejecting. On Friday, I think you saw me highlighting that I wanted to see price go into that. And on Monday, if we open, I'll be interested in buying to go up there. I think it will run by the end of the day, it will run up there, and then Monday trade into that, and then rejection. I think this is gonna drop a little bit further to the downside. Yeah, I think it's gonna drop a little bit further to the downside. I'll probably look to sell tomorrow on this, based on time of the day. I'll look to see if I can get a short on that. I like the fact that they run previous week high and then rejection, and today they're closing below that, right? I like here as an objective. I like that level as an objective, and here. So we have this low, we have this high, we have a lower low, and we have a higher high. So now it's trying to pull back, and then we go high again. All right. So watch that. Apart from that, Aussie CAD. Okay, Aussie CAD, I think a close above this high before we can start looking for potential buys, but because it's still a previous day inside candle, watch how price is gonna trade after taking out this high. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in the previous day's low. Okay, so watch how we're gonna trade after going above that high on the 15 minutes. This one, right? We've gone above it, rejection, and during the London session we've now come above it. For scalping, drop down to the 5 minutes chart, and then and then look for something like this, but now during the kill zone. Okay, now during London. This was during Asia, not the best time. Unless you are awake during that time, you probably would have got something out of this one. For now, look here and see if they'll give you that same thing here, and then look to sell. I don't think it's gonna drop, but just in case, right, I think it will go higher. Let's look at this again. Right, beautiful. I like that. I like that 15 minutes candle close. It's looking nice. I would like to sell short again. I'll have to wait for this candle to close, and then I will there. I like that. We'll see. Okay, keep an eye on this as well. Actually gonna copy that and post it in the channel. Let's post that. It's subject to obviously being here, because if you're not here, you're not gonna see the reason why I took that trade. I'm gonna also post this one. What other trade did I take? The Aussie. Did I post the Aussie? Yes, I posted the Aussie. What else? The pound New Zealand. These are all trades that we've taken today. All right. Pretty much, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna take some partial. I like the close, but for now I'll leave it to go. Okay. Right. Right, any questions so far? Anyone got any question? I'm testing out my trading strategy being converted into that's a lot of trades. Sound like that. Get rid of from yesterday. I'm setting up something for my scalping, and the time is not all right. Okay, see if he's gonna give me my trade. Okay, it's not giving me any trade. That's fine. It's not good anyway. All right. Okay, I think I don't have any questions, so I'm gonna leave it here. Oh, I forgot about oil. I think oil is coming into a pullback, but I like how they've left all that equal high sitting up there. So oil could be a buy for this week, going back up again. And I think I mentioned this yesterday. This is going to be where you're anticipating the buy to form. You can wait for the lower time frame to obviously offer you the entry, or you can just buy it as it's dropping on the H4. So depending on what you want to do, if you want to buy as it's dropping, then you have two levels. I have the gap on the 1 hour time frame and basically two auto blocks, this one and that one. Which one you want, you trade that. Okay, I'm gonna post this one as well. There you go. Oops, not there, my bad. All right, we'll see. Bye. Let's see what they're gonna do. I like Aussie. Aussie's giving a rejection, so that looked good. It's gonna break market structure, so that can also be added as a trade. As it's breaking this, we can add to our trade. Let's go and check our paper profits. Not bad for this morning. Almost 1k for this morning. Nice. British pound, before I disappear, I also mentioned that watch British pound when it goes above that high, because it could be a rejection. They are rejecting, but there's no breaking market structure yet. Let's see. I'm gonna watch this low here and then see how they're gonna break it. Let's see how they're gonna break this, and then we can look for, I think, potential sell on that one too. But I don't like this because of the way pound, euro pound is dropping. Right, I don't like that. Situation. Ooh, that cat. Whoa, that was very quick. Okay, it's almost 10:30. That is very quick. That'd be scary. As much as I want to buy it, that's so scary. That's very scary. Like, it's dropping like crazy. I'll leave it up to you if you want to buy it or you want to wait for some form of a lower time frame entry. Okay, I'm gonna wait till the New York session. It's gone past 10:30 now, almost 10:30. So London is done. We have to wait for New York. So I'll wait till New York and then I'll see what I can do with that. Okay, so let's wait till New York. If you want to go in, by all means you can do so. Okay, Let's go back to this and see what it's up to. Okay, that was a sell right there. Let me create that. My last trade for this morning, and then I'm done. 15, 30, risking 0.25 because of euro pound. I'm gonna risk 0.25, selling up market. There you go. Done. I'll pass you out. Man, they killed me with the spread. Pass you out here. And then we'll see what happens next. Alright guys, that's it from me. If there's no other questions, then you joined late. I was just closing. What's my bias on this? I'm bearish for now. Okay, if we take out this high, then I'll look for this equal high. But for now, based on this big drop here, taking out previous day's low, I'm looking for this as a trade to send it lower. But will I take it as a trade? No. I've taken a couple of trades already. I took a sell on Aussie, and I just took a sell on the British pound. I took a buy on pound New Zealand, and I took a sell on Bitcoin. And I was anticipating a sell here, but it just ran away from me. I wanted to see it pull back, but it ran away, so I didn't catch that one. Aussie CAD, I was saying to watch this high. If we break market structure, we can look for a scalp. But if they don't, and which I don't want to see that, I want to see it go higher. So based on that, I'll look for a buy during the New York session. Okay. And I think pretty much that's all I did this morning. Had a decent, I missed the actual entry, but they did make a new high, so I'm trusting this is where I'm expecting it to go. Basically optimal trade entry, high, low, optimal trade entry. I should have passed you out here, but I was looking for a little bit higher. This can be another entry, but I'm not gonna take it because time of the day, we've gone way past the entry time. I should have entered somewhere in here, but I entered there, so I'm not gonna enter another trade. I'll probably if they take out this low, I'm gonna close that trade because I don't want to trade outside the kill zone or the entry time frame. Oil this is what I was looking at, and basically they ran down very quick. I'm thinking, do I buy it or wait? And I'm thinking I'm gonna wait and see if the lower time frame will give me some form of a reaction. So from the 1 minute up to the 5 minute chart, I'll look for basically a breaking market structure first before I buy this, because the drop is just aggressive, like rocket to the downside. So I'll wait for some lower time frame confirmation before buying. I've used 2 entries because of this, and then that auto block there, so one here and one there, or you can just use the first one. And that's pretty much it. Gold, I think they're trying to go back into closing the gap, so we're anticipating a high to form for this week somewhere inside the order block, and then we look for a continuation to the downside. So ideally you're going to be looking at somewhere here. Somewhere there, and then we anticipate the breaking market structure. It can go all the way up to this gap, which is fine, okay, but I would rather it doesn't. Maybe it's between here and there roughly, then I'll look for a breaking market structure and then we go short. All right, so that's it from me. Any question? Any questions so far? And on British pound, I saw the breaker, but the spread the spread brought me down here. So it ran previous day's high, it dropped down, took out this low, so I was selling the breaker, and then the spread brought me down there. I'm looking for some form of a pullback. So any question so far? Aussie. You should say drop. I'm looking to partial out here. That's why I'm gonna take some profit off, and then I'll let the rest run to see if they can come for this low. It's a H4 auto block, so we traded back into the H4 auto block and price is rejecting. So that's the narrative behind the trade. All right, it seems that there's no question, so I'll end here. I'll see you guys in the afternoon. Hopefully there'll be something for us to trade. Hopefully this one will be ready when we meet in the afternoon, and then we can participate in that. Or gold might trade up in there, and we can start looking for potential sell. And BTC might also give a continuation. Ethereum, this one too, you can look for a sell. I think, did I share that? Let me see if I shared that in cryptos. Okay, let me share that in cryptos. I don't like to exaggerate with my TPs, so let's go to the H. Let's look for this one first. If we go beyond that, then we'll look at alright guys, so let's make it appointment for the afternoon and we will see what the market will provide. Alright, so take care, have a good morning, and I'll see you in the afternoon.